And it may be the end of an era for a Suncoast staple and for the greatest show on earth. The news broke this weekend that Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus would close its doors this spring after 146 years. Feld Entertainment, based right here on the Suncoast, has cited low ticket sales and tough regulations as the reason for the closing. The circus removed elephants from their shows last spring after complaints from animal rights groups. Now, this story has made national news, but it certainly hits close to home with the large number of circus performers making their home right here on the Suncoast. So, Bello, you know,
yes,
we have you here, and there couldn't be a better person to talk about this. Everyone's concerned that this is a signal that is the end of circus altogether.
And thank you for having, you know, ironically, I'm here on the same day, and thanks for opening that up. What a great topic, because it's not the end of the circus. The circus has been around longer than Ringling has been around, and it'll be around a lot longer after Ringling is gone. It's not the end of the circus. There are people who are wholeheartedly passionate about it, and although you can't sell the same thing year after year, it constantly needs to change, and change is inevitable. And so,
well, a lot of people talk about the animal rights groups and losing the elephants. Ringling took the elephants out of the circus last spring, and people have thought that that is the decline, but actually ticket sales have been down for the last 10 years.
That's right. So they've saw a steady decline over the past 10 years. Historically, the greatest show on earth, just that name, and circus has always been about these iconic images, featured headliners and the exotics from around the world. Well, about 10 years ago, they, in a way, that company made a conscious decision to take away that. My problem is, the thought is, once you keep taking away ingredients, how long until you don't have what you actually set out to make? So although change is inevitable, I don't know if they were the right changes or if they didn't see it. I don't know.
You know, it's funny because one of the organizations that I always knew, even though they had animals in their show, that took care of their animals and their animals were treated well, was Feld. And I know with them going away, now you don't have that staple to set the standard for the others in the organization or in this field. And that's what I'm concerned about, because they did set a standard. And with that standard, other people look to them for direction. How did they treat their animals? How did they do this? How did they do that?
Yeah, that's very good. It's not the only elephant in the room, right? Even elephants leaving and that. Look, people and animals should all be treated with care. I believe everyone always tries to do their best. Were they the biggest one out there? Absolutely. You know, the Feld company, it's not like they're saying that the circus didn't make money. I believe they're refocusing on other avenues in their business, which is monster trucks. They just took on Sesame Street Live. They'd have a lot of other productions that are family oriented. So the argument that kids don't pay attention, or that kids, that there's these struggling things, I don't know that that's a great argument, because there are circuses around the world. My Broadway show sells out. There are people out there, not just me, there are people out there who are always looking for that fresh and exciting, new way to capture the attention. So of course it's got to be reimagined, and so I'm excited for the future of circus.
So the field isn't going away. I mean, you're doing very well. Nick Willenda's doing well. Our own Circus Arts Conservatory here is doing well. So maybe is it just the three-ring idea that is not?
It's not even the three-ring idea. It is that company decided to, look, it's very sad. My parents came to America to work for Ringling Brothers. They have been around, they have done entertained millions of people. It is very sad that an iconic brand is closing, but it's not the circus. Ringling Brothers separated themselves from the word circus long ago. So circus will be very good. The three-ring arena circuses will keep going. But it was, I'm sorry to put it, maybe just the way they did it, and they didn't find the bullseye with the arrow. It doesn't mean everyone else didn't, or those of us in this young generation, see that, young generation, are striving to get people's attention. And again, I'm excited about the future. I can't release what my next steps are, but I promise I'll bring it to you guys when I do it. But it only invigorates me to do, to do more.
That's great.
So it is only one company closing their doors of circus
Well, we're excited to see how
Yeah.
then the art form will evolve. We do obviously feel for the families on the Suncoast, the circus
absolutely.
families, and hope that they can find the next move for
You're
them.
right. Circus Arts Conservatory, circus schools, and circus companies around the world
Going
are
strong,
doing well.
not going
Yes, yes.
away.